Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Zilinski Life. We are going to close out September and do our September review. So I say close out because, as you'll see, we have $1,000 to budget. Cody got his EI because he's been off work, obviously, while waiting for this COVID test to come back, which was negative, of course.
I have no Rona.
No Rona. But we can't close out September yet because, as you can see, we have a fair amount of overspending that we need to cover. So we're going to go through and do that first.
At least we overspent on things like groceries and not, say...
Dining out.
Yeah.
Even though technically we did go over budget on dining out. But
yeah, we did?
Yeah. Not that we have to cover it again, but usually we aim for $220 and we spent $491.
Gotcha, yeah.
But obviously, since we've had to stay home this last week, we haven't spent any money there. We did wind up buying a new desk and some end tables, though. This desk is just too small to work on.
Yeah, we, well, I don't want to say mispurchased, but the parameters that we're working under when we bought this desk have since changed and it is no longer functional.
So we have $312.12 left. But I think what I'm going to do, I guess it doesn't really matter. See, if you guys have been watching our videos, which a lot of you have been, and thank you for that, we're starting a brand new budget for October 1st, so really it doesn't matter where I put this money right now because we're going to re-budget everything out when we do the October budget, which we're going to do on Friday when Cody gets paid again, when we get paid again. So it doesn't really technically matter where I put this money. I could just put it into holding for now, which is maybe what I'll do.
Yeah.
That way we can at least just close out September.
So there we go. September is back to $0 to be budgeted, which means we can close out and look at reports and do kind of an after-action report. Okay, so we have our budget up. We're just looking at September right now. Again, we'll do our quarter end later or maybe even after this one. But for now, we just want to focus on September. So for September, Cody had an LOA job. Well, I guess first our income was just over $7,000. Which is good. I feel good about that. He did have an LOA job. Sorry, we just put Freya down for a nap. Yeah. So, and also one of our neighbors have a kid that screams exactly like her.
Yeah, so we're a little paranoid.
Yeah.
So he had that LOA job, so we had to cover his gas and his food while he was driving to and from work every day. So that cost us $363.
Which isn't bad for like a couple weeks of driving 5 hours a day.
Well, it was a total of 5 days.
5 days of driving 5 hours a day and eating exclusively on the road. That's pretty good.
And then for a debt snowball or debt payments, so we did meet our target goal of $320 for a debt snowball.
Yeah.
High five. We made our minimum payments on our other two for a total of $1,521. And again, when we go through, well, actually, Maybe I'll run the numbers in this video and we'll figure out how much of that actually went to principal. It's usually at about $1,000, which makes me sick to my stomach thinking that we pay $400 to $500 a month in interest. But
and that is why debt is bad.
Yes, we dug ourselves this hole, so we're going to dig our way out of it. Bill payments was $1,728, so that again was our bank fees, cell phones. Everything here is normal. There's nothing new here for us. The thing that did make a difference was our bank fee actually went down because we've been maintaining a bank balance over $4,000 every day. Our main bank doesn't charge us the fee, so we're just paying a fee out to other banks, which I would really like to close them eventually, although one of them is the same company that our car loan is through. So we might still keep that one open just for ease of making snowball payments against our car loan in the future. But the other bank we could probably close at some point. It's just with COVID and everything being weird and closed and restricted, we just haven't bothered. We'll just pay the $10 a month. All right, subscriptions, still the same.
Same.
Miscellaneous though. Oh right, we had Huckleberry and then Chatbooks.
I don't know what either of those are.
Huckleberry is the sleep thing for Freya, and then Chatbooks is those like little photo family books that we've been getting.
Chatbooks is so awesome.
Yeah, we've really been enjoying that. Food and groceries was $1,000. We spent $844 on groceries. It was a lot of money. And in hindsight, I'm not really sure exactly why.
Maybe what we should do is in October, we'll do that like breakdown of exactly where all of our pennies go, just to do a towards the end of the year check-in.
I think that would be good. Yeah, we've talked about doing like a very detailed breakdown of what we're spending money on, so that when we go into, groceries where it says memos here, I can actually see a breakdown of like what we actually bought. And like some of these I have, put in amounts there, but it would be nice to have like a good detailed idea of where our money's going. Fund money, we spent $786. So Cody spent $112 of his spending money. He's still got some spending money left.
I'm not even sure what I bought with my spending money.
iPhone things, some dining out stuff, some liquor.
Oh, right.
You split some candles with me for the house. And then your Canadian Tire thing. Mine, I can't see in here because I just transfer it to my MoCo credit card. That way I know it's completely separate from our budget. When I'm out of money, I'm out of money. I can buy stuff online, and it's just, I like having it tracked that way. Dining out was very high, $491. We're going to make it a goal October to really cut down on that.
Zero dining out October.
We have budgeted for it still, or we will be budgeting for it still, just because we know that that's a habit, and to quit cold turkey might be very difficult for us, but we're going to act as if there's no money in there, and we're just going to not eat out.
The goal is to budget money towards dining out next month, not spend it, and then at the end of the month take that money and roll it into something better than fast food.
Vehicle maintenance, these are our sinking funds. So we got the oil changed on the vehicle this month. Medical dental, this was things like nose strips, nasal spray.
I got a massage because I was like super crippled.
Just a few things like that. And Cody and I have kind of talked back and forth, like the massage would obviously go under medical dental, but maybe, like the nose strips and nasal spray would go under personal care instead. Yeah. So we're kind of still...
at the end of the day, it's just semantics.
Yeah.
But also for ease of, or for clarity of the categories in our own minds for what goes where, it's, beneficial to have that conversation.
And then the $50 for my birthday. So my dad, we went and saw him at the start of September. My birthday was actually at the end of August. But we went and saw him and he gave me $50 for my birthday. So that's what that is. And then so we spent $165 on diapers and wipes. So
yeah, we were cloth diapering Freya, and then she's kind of a chunky little monkey. She's very well fed. She likes her food just like her dad does. And the cloth diapers no longer fit her legs, so we're back to the disposable diapers, which aren't cheap.
No, they are not. Sorry, I just noticed I miscategorized something, so I'm just going through and fixing that. We bought a travel baby blanket. Yes. And I put it under diapers and wipers, which shouldn't have gone under there. So $123 on that. Household, we spent $311. Yeah, so there was a delivery fee. Oh, that maybe I should have put that other. I don't want to put that under there either. That should be under stuff I forgot. We created a delivery fee category in our new budget because we do pay delivery fees for things. But again, for reporting purposes, I just want to make sure I've got these categorized right. Okay. Sorry for all the back and forth, guys. Okay, so household, we spent a lot. We got an ottoman for the living room, a toilet bowl cleaner, a cast iron pan.
So a bit about the kind of mentality shift. For the longest time, we've been trying to, quote, like hammer down debt and be really serious about it. So we furnished our apartment super cheaply, like as cheaply as we could, and we kind of just...
I furnished this entire apartment for $2,600, and I mean, like, because we were living in a trailer before this. I think a lot of our subscribers now are coming here because of YNAB, but a lot of our original subscribers are because we lived in a trailer full-time in Alberta through a Canadian winter.
Yeah, and when we say trailer, we don't mean like a mobile home. We mean like a 23-foot RV that you would hook up to your truck and go camping with.
A 21.5-foot trailer. A fifth wheel.
A 21.5-foot fifth wheel.
From 1995.
Yeah.
So I had to buy, we had to buy a couch, a TV stand, a computer desk, a bed, a dresser, like everything.
She says we, but this was at one of my longer stints at work where I was stuck in a camp up north, so she did it all.
Well,
she moved pregnant. From the trailer into the apartment, bought everything, set it all up. I came home to a fully furnished apartment.
Which was all bought from IKEA, might I add. So, his brother helped me.
Yeah.
Brothers, both of them.
Thanks, guys. But we tried to keep it super cheap and inexpensive and, financially reasonable with the purpose of putting more money towards debt. And we were kind of hitting a place where it didn't feel like home. We didn't like it here. We hated being in this apartment, and we decided that it was a good use of money to splurge a little bit and get a couple of things to make the place feel more like home. Now that we're going to be here for a little bit longer. So that's kind of what happened there. I think we're pretty much done with that, though. There's a few odds and ends, like some sticky wall hooks and stuff like that I just like to have on hand, but I think the bulk of the big purchases are done now.
Toiletries, personal care, clothing, this is all pretty self-explanatory. Clothing, we did good. We went to a Goodwill and we got clothes for all three of us for $80. And this shirt was from Goodwill.
I bought a pair of brand name jeans that don't fit, and I don't even care because my whole bill still came to like $20.
Freya got like a ton of clothes. Baby clothes at Goodwill. If you are wanting baby clothes, I don't like to buy them new anymore because Freya grows so fast. And she's wearing...
I refuse to pay $40 for a pair of pants for someone that's going to grow out of them before they wear them a second time.
Yeah, so she's 8.5 months and she's wearing 18 to 24 month clothes right now. Goodwill, their baby clothes are they average about $2 per item. So we got like a ton of stuff. We got sleepers, jeans, shirts, sweaters, winter stuff.
I think they were like $4 a piece.
$2. It was $2.
No, it was $4 a piece or 10 for $20.
10 for $12.
Or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It was stupid cheap.
Or 12 for $10. 10 for $12.
They're just giving them away.
Yeah. Gifts and charity. This is so Cody had a brother graduate, and so our graduation gift to him is we bought him his graduation suit.
That was the ongoing theme for both my brothers, was to take him out, make a day of it, do dinner, buy him a nice suit to graduate in, and now that they're looking at starting careers and getting out in the world, they got kind of something nice to wear to interviews and stuff like that. So wanted to help them out a little bit.
Baby, we had to buy a convertible car seat. Her infant car seat, she's too big for now.
Yeah, we figured we'd get like a year out of it.
No. But that's okay. The one we bought, and we bought the biggest one we could find. This one's got up to 120 pounds. So
I could almost use that car seat. If she grows out of it, we got some serious problems.
Yeah. So we did that. Then we have here on our wish farms. So these should actually be moved down. You're going to see me flip back and forth because as I'm doing this, we're
fly by the seat of your pants kind of. Some channels would practice before the show. We like to wing it.
Yep. We like to just do our thing. Okay, so these were granted. These can move down here. And this 88 cents can actually be moved. We don't need that anymore. Oh, that's what we have to do. You know what we have to do? We have to go through and remove all of our extra... You know what? We're going to finish the reporting first.
Yeah, we're going to finish the reporting.
We're so all over the place here. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Wealth Simple... We invested $609. Our goal is 10%. So what was our income this month?
We were a little short on that.
We were. You know what it was, though? We had that $1,000 come in. I forgot to put $100 aside. So if I put $100 aside, we meet that goal. So we're going to do that after this.
Yeah.
Business expenses, software. I had to purchase a newer version of the screen capture software that I use. And then hardware, we bought a tripod. And what else did we buy? Oh, right, the HDMI cord and stuff. But we're going to get a refund for most of this.
Yeah, we were so excited for this, these cords and these capture cards and stuff, because they were going to let us use our fancy camera and hook it directly into the computer so that it would take the place of the computer's camera, and that it would be like a nice seamless editing video experience.
Yeah.
It was not good.
No.
We were not impressed, so we returned it.
Yeah. So that refund hasn't hit our account yet, and it probably won't until October, but it's there. Stuff I forgot to budget for, that was delivery fees for the IKEA furniture. And then our wish granted, we spent a lot, $768. The reason being...
We got a lot, though.
We did get a lot for that 700. And, we got is our TV in here? Yeah, our TV, we bought a new TV. Yeah. We bought... it's nuts, the amount of stuff we were able to get.
we tricked out the rest of our apartment. Like before, our nightstands were just like, mine was something that I found by the garbage. It was just like an old table that someone had from somewhere that was super small, that it kept my phone just a little bit off the floor so I could kind of reach it if I almost fell out of bed.
Yeah.
So like we got matching dresser and nightstands, and we got some end tables coming to take the place of these ones because we're giving these to some friends of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We spent a lot of money, but we got a ton out of it.
So our net income, we are actually behind almost $1,800. That doesn't really surprise me because we did do a lot of spending this month. We had a lot of money in, in our sinking funds.
In our sinking funds for the purposes of buying these things. So
Yes.
we budgeted the money previously and spent it now, and that's why the report looks a little funky.
Yeah, and that's one weird thing about YNAB. If you're used to using YNAB, that number doesn't scare you. But if you're used to using something like EveryDollar or Mint, you look at that negative number and you're like, oh my God, I spent more money than I have. I'm going into debt. No, we already had money setting aside.
The money was there for this purpose. It's just that it is spent this month, so it counts as outgo this month. Which she spends a lot more time in this program than I do. She's in here like every day tweaking things, reviewing things, giving me updates and stuff, but I don't look at it much. So like just a few minutes ago, I don't know if you could tell on my face, I had a little heart attack when I saw that.
But we are okay. So now to go back into our budget, I'm going to find that holding category where we just put that money. I think that was under savings. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to take $100 and we're going to move it to our invest account. And then I'll input that transaction now, even though I won't actually do it in the bank account until afterwards. But just again, for the purpose of our reporting, we can put that in there. So if I go back now, you'll see we had $709 go out, which is what we wanted. Our IKEA stuff is on the way.
Nice.
Okay, so I can hide these categories, right? What was under here again? This is just holding. Okay.
While I've been in quarantine because of the whole COVID test thing, building IKEA furniture has kind of become my pastime.
Yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take any leftover money that we had from everything, and we are going to, I think for now we'll just put it in holding, and then we'll decide if we want to use it for next month or if we want to put it towards our debt snowball. So we'll move this to holding. Our insurance company had a thing where, because everyone was doing less driving because of COVID and everything getting shut down, that we got partial refunds for the year.
I think we did more driving.
And this can go down.
Alrighty, let's see here. I'll click on this I'm going to do things now. She has something to go tend to. I am in control now. So let's see what happens here. To holding. Did I do holding? There we go. Okay. Sorry, this is literally the first time I'm using this, so we're gonna see what's up. Love every. I think that needs to stay there. I don't know. There's a lot of. I'm seeing a lot of green here. I thought I could just go through and change the green things, but maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna not. So we'll wait until Valerie gets back.
What are you doing?
Being weird. She's gonna have to edit so much stuff out of this video.
Okay.
There was $15 in bank fees.
Cool.
Okay.
Look at you go. Okay, so Love Every can stay there. Same with Amazon Prime and YNAB because those are annual subscriptions. Gas, we'll probably let that roll over, hey?
Yeah. I was gonna move all of that stuff, so it's a good thing I stopped doing things.
You're spending money. Do you want to let that roll over?
Yeah.
Okay. He never does, so I'm super proud of him right now. Vehicle registration would stay. These I don't think we're going to touch, but what I am going to do is take the oddball amounts. So we'll take like 224 because I like round numbers.
Yes. 382.
Oh, that's winter tires though, so we'll leave that because the next month we'd put in just enough to make it 600. Medical dental, we could take that out. Not all of it, obviously. Life insurance has to stay there. That's a fixed bill. Toiletries, clothing, we should probably let these roll over. So I'll just move, again, the oddball amounts. And I know it's not a lot, but you know what? Every little bit can make a difference.
Pennies add up.
Christmas, we would leave alone, all that stuff. So we have $296.21 in holding. Normally, we would move that towards our debt snowball. But I think just because Cody's off work right now, and again, we don't know when he's going back to work, we're probably going to leave that to be budgeted in October. But I'm not going to touch it right now. We're going to save that for when we budget and redo our October budget, if that makes sense. Right? So if you want to see us do our October budget with us, or like our first budget with us in October, that's also going to be when we finish setting up all of our categories and everything. Actually, I might still break it up into 2 videos, coming to think of it. So we'll have part 2 of adding accounts, assets, and liabilities and stuff into YNAB. And then right after that, we'll have another video on our October budget with us. So
yeah,
there's going to be
that makes the most sense.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of videos coming out in the next week or 2.
You're going to be seeing a lot of us in the next little while, and we
like
apologize.
You know, get used to it. We're all best friends now.
Yeah, BFFs.
BFFs. The YNAB mafia. I don't know. I see it's like a growing trend on YouTube, and it makes me so happy. It's like every day I see a new YouTuber pop up that I've never seen before that's budgeting with YNAB, and I'm like, yeah, welcome to the club.
And I think we've even seen a couple of Canadians pop up too, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, because we feel kind of like the lone Canadian YNABers every now and then. So,
which, I mean, regardless of how many of them there are, we're still just like by ourselves in our house budgeting our money with YNAB. But still, it's nice to see that there's like a thing that's growing. A growing
trend. Yeah. Right, okay. So the only thing I wanted to check on is if I just come back here, you'll see our 10% is at 709. That is 10%, just over 10% of our income. So we met our goal. I feel pretty good about this month.
Yeah, I feel really good about September.
Our new normal. Sorry.
So sick of hearing about the new normal.
I know. Okay, so that is it for our last budget with us for September.
Yeah, that is September closed out.
Thank you guys so much for being here, for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting that like button. Remember, if you don't like it, hit the dislike button twice. That'll show us.
Yeah. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We are a Canadian family of 3, sharing our real life budget, our real life numbers, and our debt-free journey with everybody.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in the next video.
If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, unlike it twice. Ring the bell, subscribe, tag along, comment, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.